Hello friends, this is Hedda. Today I am reviewing a notebook that is really special, and that is Notebook Therapy's Tsuki Nara notebook. This was sent to me by Notebook Therapy together with some other items that I'm going to show you, but what I'm going to say in this video is completely my own opinion, and Notebook Therapy does not have any say over what I'm sharing in this video. However, I do have an affiliate agreement with them, which means that you can use my code mochibujo10 to get 10% off your order from Notebook Therapy, and I make a small commission. So if you're planning on buying anything from them, please consider using my discount code as it helps support me as well. This review is following the same template as my other notebook reviews, starting with some basics about the notebook, some info on the brand, a pen test, and a discussion on environmental responsibility. And of course, like in all my other videos this month, there's a giveaway, so stay tuned for more info on that. First, some basics about Notebook Therapy's Tsuki notebooks. They have 160 GSM paper, bright white. They come in 3 different sizes. This is the B5, but they also have A5 and original, which is a little bit smaller than A5. The paper has 5mm dot grid. All the notebooks come with 2 page markers, they have a pocket in the back, and they all come with a little paper clip, which is different for each design. The pages are unnumbered. They have a foil icon on the front of the cover, as well as foil icons on the spine. They have a few different options for cover material, like PU leather, linen, and this kind of velvet texture, which is on the Nara edition. The price varies on the size and the design, but generally they run from $26 to $37 US, which is definitely on the more expensive side. And a bonus fact, Tsuki is Japanese and it means moon. I have a few different products from Notebook Therapy which were all sent to me by them to try out. I am also waiting on their Tori notebook, which I purchased myself because I really like what I've tried so far and I wanted to buy it for myself. Anyway, I have their pop-up pencil case, which is a really fun little thing that holds quite a few pens, and you can push the top down to make a little pen stand. I also have both of their stamp sets, one with trackers and one alphabet stamp set. You've seen me use the tracker stamps a lot already, but the alphabet stamps just arrived, so I haven't had that much time to play around with them yet. Lastly, I also have this lovely notebook called Crystal Nights, which is a limited edition collaboration with Milk to Art. This one has a PU leather cover and the edges are silver gilded with little doodles, and it's so precious. This is the A5 size, which is probably the most common size for dot grid notebooks these days. And this is also the notebook I am giving away in this video. But before we talk more about the giveaway, let's do a proper pen test. I've got a selection of different pens here to test the paper, starting with my one and only fountain pen. This is a Platinum Preppy and it writes really smoothly on the paper. I actually haven't had any trouble with this fountain pen in any of the 160 GSM notebooks I've tried, so that's great. Then I have the 2 kinds of highlighters that I own, the Zebra Mileliners and Iconic 2-way pen. There was no bleeding or ghosting, and I quite like how the colors look on the paper. Next up are some brush pens. I've got here the Tombow Fudenosuke, the Copic Gasenfude, Tombow Dual Brush Pen, Crayola Super Tips, and Koi Coloring Brush Pen. Again, no bleeding or ghosting, and the colors look really nice. Then we have some acrylic paint markers, the Posca paint pens, and the Archer and Olive acrylograph pens. There was a tiny bit of paper flakes, I guess, coming off, but not any more than what I've experienced in other notebooks. And the moment you've all been waiting for, the part of the video where I tell you to put down those alcohol-based markers because they will just make you and your bullet journal very sad. All three of these bled through, and the deleter one even bled through onto the next page. The only reason why I have a Sharpie at all is because my boyfriend once got them and somehow it ended up among my pens, and I never use it for anything except for notebook reviews. Next up is the other pens section, where I test a few different fine liners, gel pens, and ballpoint pens, as well as a silver pen. This section is kind of made redundant by the fact that none of the water-based markers ghosted, but it's still helpful to see if the ink spreads when you draw with it. None of these did that though, so that's great. Then I moved on to watercolors using both my Winsor & Newton and Vivia color sheets. I do one line of medium water and then I do a gradient using quite a lot of water. Flipping to the other side, you can definitely see that there is something on the other side because it's a tiny bit warped, but you can't really see the color, except for this one spot where the pink Vivia watercolor bled through a little. So as long as you're somewhat conservative with your water use, I don't think it will be a problem to use a bit of watercolors in this notebook. But obviously you're not going to be able to do lots of wet on wet techniques and stuff like that. And that's it for the pen test, so let's move on to environmental responsibility. Notebook Therapy's website doesn't say much about their environmental efforts. The only thing I could find was that the boxes the notebooks come in are reusable and eco-friendly. I'm assuming that eco-friendly means recyclable since it's mostly cardstock, but it doesn't actually say that, so I don't know for sure. They do come wrapped in bubble wrap as well, which can be problematic to recycle depending on where you live. I generally try to reuse bubble wrap if I need to mail something, have a little box of reusable shipping supplies. I'm also using the box that this Nara notebook came in to store paper scraps and samples and such, and it works great for that. Overall, I am really positive towards these notebooks. In the beginning, Notebook Therapy seemed to only sell kind of general products you could get on AliExpress, which I wasn't a huge fan of since I could just get the same items on AliExpress for cheaper. But when Notebook Therapy started their Tsuki collection, that kind of changed my mind on them. And since then, they've released so many good quality products with great designs. I'm pretty sure Notebook Therapy isn't based in Japan, but the owner seems to be a huge fan of Japanese aesthetic and culture, which has given birth to all of these lovely notebooks and other products. Oh, and I should mention, Notebook Therapy offers free shipping, which is quite cool. I know that free shipping is something that not all businesses are able to afford because it is a cost that the business has to eat. It's not like the mail service ships the packages for free. So I guess it just means that Notebook Therapy is doing well and that the cost of shipping is kind of included in the price you pay for the notebooks, which in turn makes the high price point less daunting in my own personal opinion. Now for how you can win this Tsuki Crystal Knights notebook. All you need to do is subscribe to my channel, like this video, and write a comment. I will announce the winner over on my community tab here on YouTube in about a week, so make sure that you turn on post notifications and enable notifications in your YouTube app so that you'll be alerted when I post something new. I hope that you enjoyed this video and I hope that you learned something new about Notebook Therapy. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're all having a lovely day and I'll see you next time. Bye!